Page 27, Hine, I guess. I'm not sure how to pronounce that title. It is, I'm sure, a type of lullaby, something, a very sweet piece, because that's what we're studying in this unit. Got a lot of notes in it, so let's go over it. Yeah, look it over. It's 1 page long. Treble and bass clef now. It's 1 sharp in the key signature, so it's either in G major or E minor. So do the arpeggio and the scale for both. Yeah, okay. 4/4 time signature. Again, I want to check the fingering and the rhythm. The right hand, they're saying 3rd finger, so we'll start with that and see. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Just reach up. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Now going from measure 5 to 6, I got to come down here. It's the end of a phrase. You can do that. I would rather not. That's too far. I mean, I will lift up eventually. Right now I want to connect them. So I want to use the 5th finger on 8. So I'm going back measure 6. I'm going to do 4, 1. This way I'm in position to go down on measure 9 and I can do a thumb. And they want 3rd finger, and that's fine, except I got repeated notes. I can do it there. So I'm going to do 1 and then a 3. And then going off. Measure 15, and then for measure 16, it's just that broken chord. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3. And then block chords. And then here. And then here. Measure 20, it's just these arpeggio cut, roll, reach down. I want to connect to all of this. The 3rd finger there from measure 21 at the end, 3rd finger, so I can reach here. And then you have rest, come back up. Okay. Now, going from measure 27 here to measure 28, how do I get there? Well, I need thumb on that note and measure here to do that. But I can't get thumb on it because I'm going from here. I can thumb. That's rather awkward. I can do it because I'm good. But no, that's general. I mean, in an arpeggio, you have to do that. But we don't need to do that here. On measure 27, go ahead and play it with a little finger. And while you're holding it down, put thumb on it. It's called a finger substitution. We've had them before. This way you're ready to reach up and 4th finger. You're ready to go. So here. And then you can end it. Okay. Left hand, let's see what it's up to. It's got chords. So we have here and then here. These go down. Typically I would like to, when I do this, I prefer to do this chord this way so I can just do this. Is the 4th measure, you got to come up here. That messes it all up. So I'm just going to go ahead and just start here. Measure 9 is broken chords. Connect it. And now in measure 16, 5, and while you're holding it down, put thumb on. It's a finger substitution. We're getting ready to go on. Here, and then measure 17. Left hand gets the melody, and it's 5, 4, 3. We're using the repeated notes to change hand positions. That's all. Measure 23, the 8th notes. You don't want to do that. You can do that. That's fine. That's fine. And then you have a 1 beat rest to go ahead and come back up here. In measure 24, they don't need the natural sign. It's a natural anyway. But you just had a D sharp in the right hand 2 measures or 3 measures before. I mean, that's silly. You don't need a natural sign in measure 24. Just don't get the idea. Oh, should that have been a sharp or something? No, it's a natural. Broken chords. At the end, it's here. Try and connect these if you can. You you're moving the hand up as you're doing it. You're not covering them all at the same time. And if this doesn't work for you, then try using third finger and come up here. Again, I don't know about your hand, whether you use second or third here, but try and connect them with the hand, the finger. Yeah. Put the hands together. What could possibly go wrong on this one? This is like here, and then here. And reach up. Get the idea? Let's go down to measure 8. We're here. Same melody as an octave lower. And you got broken chords in the right hand. This finger substitution in measure 16, do it pretty much quickly. I mean, you can do it any time, but just a lot of times when you do finger substitutions, you don't have much time. You're gonna do them quick, so just get in the habit of doing them immediately. So it's here. You put the hands together. I already did, sort of, and then go back over it just like a phrase at a time. Because you can see it's in 4 measure phrases. Lift up. Lift up. So take it like a phrase at a time and get rid of the hesitations. Then once I get rid of the hesitations, I do the articulation. This is very connected. But you're lifting up for the phrases. Lift up. Lift up. Just like taking a breath. And the left hand, I recommend you connect it. So it's like, well, you can't connect the chord. Do the best you can. But on the broken chords, go to measure 13, 12. You're here, you're finishing a phrase. I'm going to lift up here, but I'm going to connect that. So it's... The left hand gets it. And then the right hand gets it. So lift up for the phrasing, otherwise connect it if you can. And the dynamics, well, it starts out P or soft piano. Whatever you think soft is. These, very soft. How soft can you play a chord and get the notes down at the same time? You're just lowering the whole hand down. Let the wrist collapse a little bit. Don't stiffen up and let the wrist collapse a little bit. And when you play, I'm just letting weight push it down. I'm just. Now measure 9. Just you're still soft, but just a. So this is still very soft. Measure 15 and 16, go back down to soft. And now, moderately loud, that's the melody, which is the left hand. These are soft. Then measure 20, come down to moderately soft here. Left hand, or the right hand is very soft. That diminuendo there in measure 26, this does its own thing. This gets, and now you're soft. And then moderately loud for the pickup to measure 24. Melody's back on the right hand. Last line, moderately soft. Down soft. Very soft. And slow down. That roll above it, rollintendo, it's like a retard. Slow down here. And they put it above the staff again because there isn't room between the staffs, but it doesn't matter where it is. It's just slow down. Here. It's an idea of the dynamics. You need to get to know it well enough that you're not thinking about mechanics. Notes and rhythms and louds and softs and phrases. It all becomes natural. It all becomes part of the feeling it. And then you feel the dynamics and you feel the phrases. At the beginning, they have the P. They also have a cantabile. That is in a singing style. So think singing here. Well, good luck with that on piano, but we do what we can. Imagine somebody singing that melody. Okay. And then the speed, well, this is the kicker. It's pretty much the same melody throughout, except you do get a second melody to pick up to measure 17 or so in the left hand. That's a second, that's a different melody. And then you go back to the original melody. How fast do you want the melody to go? And that's going to take, these eighth notes are going to slow it down. This, when I get to measure 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, that's how fast you take at the beginning. 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 4. Because if I just take it at the beginning, how fast do I want it to go without considering anything else? I would go faster. 1, 2. To me, that's how fast I would take it. But that's way too fast, because then when I get to the eighth notes, they're going nuts here. Measure 24. I mean, that's way out of character. It's just, that's not a lullaby. That's a race. So you got to experiment on the speed so it's all at one speed. Because there's no indication. They could have put in an indication in there to change speeds in the middle. They didn't. So it's got to be all one speed. Yeah, we got to keep this fairly slow here. Think of the eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. We all have a natural speed. You all have the natural speed you want to go. Somewhere in the middle, about the speed of the heartbeat or whatever. And when you're trying to play slower than that, you might start out slower than that. But then as you get in it, you're gradually going to speed it up. You'll speed it up just automatically. Or if you've got to go really, really fast, you'll slow it down. It's just because you have a natural speed you want to go. So when we go really super slow, we need to find a way to help us stay super slow. And the way we do that is to simply subdivide the beat. Instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, because that's too slow, I'll speed that up. But I can put ands in there, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that helps me to keep it slow. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. And that's what I recommend you do when a piece is slow and you have to keep it slow. Subdivide your counting. Always. Even when you're performing it, you'll still need to think 1 and 2 and 3. You don't necessarily have to use the numbers, but think the pulse in eighth notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and because otherwise, when you're performing, especially when you're performing it, you'll speed it up because you're nervous, the adrenaline's going, and you want and so you'll just speed it up. So think pulses of subdividing the beat into something, and here the eighth notes work. 2 and 2, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Now when I get to measure 9, and not quite so bad, it's quarter. 2 and 3. But this way, when I get to measure 20, then we're okay. Kept it slow so I can keep it under control when I'm going crazy at the bottom. Now, they've added pedal on this. You see at the first measure, you have that ped and the line goes across and you have the little caret. Boop, 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 and then a sim. Okay, so let's talk about the boop, boop, boop and the sim. The ped means you push the pedal down and the line means you keep it down. The little caret thingy, boop, 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 is an indication of a change pedal. Change pedal means you let the pedal up and right back down. It's not a quick jerky motion. You got time. You're just up and down. We're changing the pedal here because the harmony is changing from here to here. And push the notes down first and then the pedal. Change the pedal right after the notes. See, they put the little caret right under it. You actually do it after. That's what I'm saying. They don't put the pedal indication exactly where they go. It's up to you to know that. See, it's there. And I'm changing the pedal with the harmony. And you see the sim underneath the second measure. Sim means simile, which means in a similar manner, the same way. So it's simply telling you, keep doing what you've been doing the same way. And what it applies to depends on where it is in the music, because it could apply to most anything. Here it's by the pedal line, so it applies to the pedal. So we're going to pedal this whole thing just like the first measure. We're going to pedal the whole measure, lift up between the measures. That's what it's saying to do. Measure 7 and 8, you can leave it down for both measures because it's the same chord. Just leave it down. And then go ahead and change it for measure 9. It's the same chord, but the melody is different. I mean, the melody went from here to here, so I don't want to keep the old notes coming down here. Now I want to lose that note, so I got to change the pedal between measures 8 and 9. It that way all the way through, according to what they're saying. Until you get to the end, of course, then they're giving you the pedal. You don't pedal the 8th notes, but pedal that. This pedal, pedal that. I'll come back to the end in a minute. You try it the way it's written, this pedaling suggestion. Keep in mind it's a suggestion. And is it the sound you're after? Is it okay if you're okay with that sound? You have to experiment with the whole thing. Get down to measure 20 with this. Here. If you're okay with that sound, go with it. I think it sounds terrible, but that's just me. I'm picky. So I'll adjust the pedal or leave it out. You don't need pedal on the piece, you do fine without. Although it's nice to be able to connect these chords, and we need pedal for that. It's nice to connect the repeated notes, and we need pedal for that. So okay, we can put up with it there. I'm going to lose the phrasing, but I'm still going to lift up in the left. I want to feel the phrasing whether I hear it or not. So here, I'm going to lift up in the right hand. And in measure 5, I don't like that. Or measure 6, I don't like that. So in that case, I might lift the pedal up on the 3rd beat. So it's down in measure 5. Lift it up, down, change. Lift it up, down, change. It cleans out the quarter notes. Now in measure 7 here, going on, or measure 8 it is. So here, because I don't need help connecting the left hand, they're broken chords. I can connect them with the hands. I think in measure 8, I'm just going to lift up for the quarter notes here. I don't need it, so. But I'm doing it on these. The longer held notes, I want the overtones. I want the sound. For measure 17, lift up for the quarter notes, down, here. And the reason I'm pedaling it different than I did up above is because of the left hand. The block chords, I need the pedal to connect the chords. in the second line, they're quarter notes. I can connect them with the hand, so I don't need the pedal. So I'm only pedaling the first 2 beats. I measure 13, pedal, lift up, and then measure 14, same thing. There, it cleans the melody out. I like a clean melody. Then measure 16, we're here. I'm gonna lift the pedal up and go ahead. I don't need to connect this. It's a new section, so I can have a little silence there. But I want to connect these similar to the beginning. Measure 17, change, but don't pedal the 3rd beat. Then down. It's similar to what I did on the first line, and that's because I need help connecting the chords. But I don't want to smear it. I don't want all that. So it's down, up, down, change. And again, when I measure 20, it's every measure. And I measure 23, experiment with it. You can leave it down, lift it up, so that's by itself, or just don't pedal the measure. So go back to measure 20, it's here. There, or this. See, it's a different effect. And which you like better? I don't know, you do decide. So on measure 23, it's either connected or don't pedal it. Just clean it out totally. Yeah. 24, we're back to. And again, on measure 25, I don't need to pedal that because I can connect the left hand. Here, yeah. That's how I would do it. Now, some people don't like that effect, like a measure 28. This, of not pedaling, you're only pedaling the first 2 beats. Because this, that's too much of a change for them. They don't like that. In that case, you got to go back to pedaling like you did the rest of it. Just don't pedal the 3rd beat. But to me, I don't. That's fine. I can live with that. So, whatever. Pedaling is a personal thing. You do it the way your teacher tells you to do it. But I like a clean melody. But I need the pedal to help me with the harmony and to connect repeated notes or connect chords and things. Now at the end, you have a fermata on that last one, so you're here. Here, and you're very soft, very, very soft. So this is going to die away, hopefully. And when you're holding it out, what we do not want is this. And then suddenly there's no sound. It's like, what? That's like an accent. It's like, boom, what happened? Where'd the sound go? We want it to die away. So on an acoustic piano, what you do is you let the keys up. Keep your hands on the keys. Just let the keys up. And then slowly lift the pedal. And that way the dampers slowly touch the strings and the sound slowly dies away, I hope. You shouldn't get buzzing. If you do, have your tuner technician guy check your dampers. You shouldn't get buzzing because you do this. The dampers should be able to slowly touch the strings and they just slowly die away. If you have an electronic piano and it won't do that, some do, some don't, just use the volume control and slowly turn the volume control down. However you do it doesn't matter, but we want the sound to gradually die away. We don't want it to get soft and then suddenly stop. You have to express it. How do you feel it? At measure 23, along in there, I felt a little slowdown in there, here. I felt a little retard in there. I felt it, I put it in, and then and I'm feeling the little swells here, and a little softer and louder in place. Ba, da, da, da. I put little swells in there. It's feeling it, it's interpreting it, it's turning the music into emotions, and that's really what we're after. It's not just note, 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 note. You can let a computer do it if you want, and it'll come out very nice. Note, 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 note. But there's no feeling to it. And that's where people come in. You feel the music. Get past the mechanics. Feel the music. Remember the natural accents? 1, 2, 3, 4. If you have problems with that, exaggerate them. Go down to measure 24 here. Feel the natural accents as you're going through here. Don't exaggerate them. They need to happen naturally so you feel them.